Okay, so I finally switched out my suspension, so I took off the hydraulic and I went ahead and put on a new set of springs, just original ones. So this has the spring from this original one. And I just bought a whole new set. I didn't feel like switching everything out. But one of the big things I have with this is that it makes the ride much stiffer. So it's kind of like kind of going like from Jeep suspension into like a sports car suspension. So for like high speed, going really fast on the street and pass or whatever, this is actually really great. It makes the board super stable. The downside is if you go over pavers, large bumps, stuff like that, you're going to feel them the whole way. It's almost going to feel like you don't have suspension. With the softer suspension, it's not as stable, but it does soak up the bumps a lot better. For me, I'd rather have the softer suspension. I would say this, I wish they had this hydraulic shock, but one that was softer and a little bit more travel. Like the travel on this, I mean, it is so short. I mean, by the time I stand on this thing, I'm 206. By the time I stand on this thing, it's like a 1/4 inch of travel left. Whereas on this one, it'll have a lot more travel. It has a lot more give. So you can really feel it in the suspension. So you hit a larger bump, it soaks it up. On this one, it felt like I was bottoming it out if I hit something big. And it's just, as far as the adjustability, I mean, I literally tried this on every setting. Tightened the spring up, loosened the spring up, really didn't have much effect. It's like on my Teleria, if I adjust the suspension, I can get a pretty good sense that I'm adjusting it. Same thing with my EUC. I got essentially almost the same hydraulic shock. It's just a larger one, and big giant improvement. This one is, I don't know, because it's the size or whatever, but it's just very, very stiff. That's all I can say. So at the end of the day, I would say, like, if you really want to take your endeavor really fast, you like a tighter feel, this is actually a really good shock for you. If you like the more softer ride, soaking up the bumps, going off-road, that type of stuff, you're going to want to stick with the originals.